Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Cynical and welcome to a Kingdom Hearts 4 news and information video. I have literally had dreams of saying those exact words, and I have missed saying that phrase, minus of course Kingdom Hearts 4. It was always, hey guys, it's Cynical and welcome back to another Kingdom Hearts 3 news and information video. We are living in a wild timeline, man. Obviously did expect that we would get Kingdom Hearts 4 not ages after 3, but then also at the same time, I didn't really expect it to be this soon, but then I did. I don't know, it's just weird. I think it's just coming to that realization that Kingdom Hearts 4 is real. Hopefully we'll be looking at maybe next year towards getting the game. Obviously no specific release date or anything like that was given. Otherwise, it should hopefully be a 2024 release. But I have the first small little piece of news towards this game. I also just wanted to talk about a couple of things in this video. This will not be an analysis. I will get an analysis video out for the trailer in due time, but for the meantime, we have a little sprinkle of information right here to talk about. So let's dive into it. This is coming from the Square Enix press release for Kingdom Hearts 4. Reading, in the announcement trailer, Sora makes a triumphant return with an updated look at the beginning of an epic new storyline titled The Lost Master Arc, beginning with Sora facing off in a boss battle against a giant enemy. Players are introduced to Quadratum, a large, expansive city set in a gorgeous, realistic world unlike anything we've ever seen before in the Kingdom Hearts series. Fans will be excited to see the return of Sora's well-known companions, Donald and Goofy, in addition to the first appearance of Strelitzia. Are you happy, darling? Are you happy, darling? I got the pronunciation right. Are you happy, darling? Sorry, I was pulled up on the pronunciation in my reaction. I do apologize for that. Mysterious new character who appears before Sora in this strange new setting. So this tells us a couple of things. Now, first things first, this arc is known as the Lost Master Arc. This did appear in the trailer, but the previous arc was known as the Darkseeker Arc, or also known as the Xehanort Arc, whatever you kind of prefer. You could also call this the Oath to Return saga as well. That's sort of the new slogan that's been thrown around that we saw at the end of the Kingdom Hearts 3 secret episode, and will continue to probably show up at the very end of these upcoming Kingdom Hearts games in the future until this arc has wrapped up. Obviously, for the first saga of the Kingdom Hearts games, it was Reconnect, so this one is known as an Oath to Return. The naming for the arcs and sagas of Kingdom Hearts seem to revolve primarily around who the villain or antagonist is for that said arc. So saga number 1 is the Xehanort Saga, Darkseeker Saga, because it focused on Organization 13, with Xehanort being the leader and the Darkseekers. So this one is the Lost Master Arc, because we're assuming here that the Foretellers, as well as the Master of Masters, are likely to be the antagonists for this upcoming saga, as we did see the new chess game that young Ericus and young Xehanort whipped out at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3. Those chess pieces showed us 7 black chess pieces representing the 7 Foretellers. Now, the trailer was certainly interesting. The main focus point was, of course, Sora being in the city of Quadratum. We pretty much expected this for Kingdom Hearts 4, but the entirety of the trailer itself focuses on Quadratum. This tells us that potentially this entire game might actually just take place in Quadratum. And I look at the comment of a large expansive, so the word expansive right there, city, is telling me that could this possibly be an open world Kingdom Hearts game? The idea of not going to multiple different Disney worlds in a KH game is a really interesting one. Kingdom Hearts has always had this premise of, yep, you're a dude with spiky hair and a big giant oversized key, and you go to a bunch of different Disney worlds. Save said Disney World from Darkness Problem, and push on. As we did see in the trailer though, Donald and Goofy do appear, so it's not like we are completely Disneyless, and we still don't even know if there are going to be Disney Worlds in this game or not. Disney Worlds might actually exist in the realm of unreality for Quadratum. You know, we've spun the whole idea on perhaps maybe it could be the live action Disney Worlds. I mean, hopefully not, please don't, stay away from that. But what I'm saying is, a different side of Disney could definitely appear in Quadratum as worlds. But this idea of a sort of open world Kingdom Hearts game is an interesting one, and sort of takes me in that direction with the comment of large, expansive city. And also, we know that like we've got a grapple hook now in KH4. Sora literally uses his keychain as a grapple hook, so I would say that'll likely be the way we're able to traverse around the city. Of course, Kingdom Hearts 3 introduced parkour, so we're able to scale entire buildings and run up walls and whatnot, so that's no problem. But to make, I guess, more movement across large spaces, that grapple hook is certainly going to come in handy. I do feel as if like Disney Worlds and Disney Exploration still needs to exist in a Kingdom Hearts game. It is part of the DNA of a Kingdom Hearts game. While yeah, I would still totally be down on a Kingdom Hearts game not containing Disney Worlds or Disney Exploration, I still feel as if like it is needed to a certain degree. But be prepared for the fact of Kingdom Hearts 4 could very likely just take place in Quadratum. I don't know how you would stretch that for an entire game though. Maybe it will only contain, let's say, about 4 worlds, but 4 of these worlds are incredibly large in the sense of open worlds. We do see an absolutely gorgeous forest environment at the very beginning of the trailer, so yeah, this could totally be a different world compared to the city, or this could just be a forest on the outskirts of the city. Either way though, it's good to see that we are going to be getting at least variety there. This idea of like the whole entire game taking place in Quadratum would be a little bit scary if it was just city environment, so it at least looks like if that is the idea, there will be environmental variety going on. There is, by the way, a very real possibility too though, that this forest environment could be Endor from Star Wars, and I am not even memeing around right now. Another way that we could incorporate Disney, though it's not true Disney, into the world of Quadratum is using other Disney properties that aren't necessarily Walt Disney or Pixar, more so Marvel and Star Wars. The reason why I say this is like, I don't know, the vegetation here in this forest scene really looks like the vegetation that is found on the planet Endor from Star Wars. And not only that, there is a little piece of evidence here that I think is going to make it a little bit more convincing. It looks like there's an 80s foot on the ground. There is quite clearly a metal thing there that is not natural. It looks like it's a machine or something. So like, I can't believe I'm saying this, but like I honestly, I'm convinced that Star Wars is going to be in Kingdom Hearts 4. And look, to be honest, back in the day, I used to be against the idea, but like, I don't know, I'm for it now. Hate me if you will. But there's such a large catalog, and I understand the same can be said for the Disney catalog, specifically the Disney catalog. But I really do kind of want to see a Star Wars setting in Kingdom Hearts, and I know Nomura is a massive Star Wars fan, so hey. This is a very strong possibility. But when looking towards Donald and Goofy, of course we are going to see what they're going to be getting up to during the events of while Sora is in Quadratum. We saw that Donald and Goofy seem to be in Olympus, so Olympus is going to make a return yet again. It's pretty much in every single Kingdom Hearts game, aside from Dream Drop Distance. Yeah, we saw them walking through like some cave, and then Hades sort of appears in the background. Can't help but wonder, maybe is Hades going to team up with these guys? He's sick of getting his ass beat. That'll be kind of interesting to see. But that will at least give us the sort of Disney scoop into what's going on. We know as of right now, in regards to Donald and Goofy, they are currently tracking down the other trios, all of the other characters, Roxas, Xion, Ventus, Aqua, Terra, to inform them as to exactly where Sora is being stuck in this other world. Keep in mind though that Kingdom Hearts numbered titles always revolve around Sora. These are the words of Tetsuya Nomura, so Sora is the main protagonist when it comes to these numbered Kingdom Hearts games. So no, I don't think it's going to be this back and forth thing of jumping into the shoes of, like, let's say Mickey. We know he's in Scarlet's Kylam, and then that would serve as this game's portion of the Disney World exploration side of things, and then we jump back into the shoes of Sora or something like that. Plain and simple, the main protagonist of these numbered games is always Sora. Now, looking at the visual side of things, I did mention this in my reaction video, but yeah, it really seems as if Square Enix have made even further more progress towards their knowledge on the Unreal Engine. Now, what is unknown is whether or not this is Unreal Engine 4 or 5. And furthermore, is this going to be a current gen exclusive game, or will it also be released for last gen, PS4 and Xbox One? Looking at the visuals, it's kind of hard to tell, but there are massive upgrades when you compare the visuals of KH4 to KH3. This should come expected, but it really did take me back. And considering the fact that Kingdom Hearts 4 is going for more of a realistic art style, as of course Quadratum is taking place more so in the real world, they can sort of dip more into the photorealistic look of stuff. Like Kingdom Hearts 4 really is looking like a modern Final Fantasy. And that sort of leads me on to my next point too. There's quite a few different cues or reminiscent feelings here in this trailer from Versus 13. We already know there's going to be a lot of inspiration that was once in Versus 13 infused into Kingdom Hearts 4. We've already seen it. Yozora is literally pretty much Noctis. And the cutscene we see of Yozora after we beat his ass during that secret episode with him in the car is literally pretty much a one-to-one of one of the Versus 13 scenes we see from one of the trailers. So yes, this is almost like Tetsuya Nomura finally being able to kind of infuse all of those ideas he once had for Versus 13, but into his star child, Kingdom Hearts. As we know, Versus 13 ended up turning into Final Fantasy 15, and unfortunately, Tetsuya Nomura stepped down as director as development was just taking way too long. The man was also dealing with so many projects at the time where it was pretty much becoming over encumbered. He had to focus on other stuff, and of course, Hajime Tabata stepped in to direct. So that original vision for Final Fantasy Versus 13, which eventually became 15, never saw the light of day, and we're finally starting to see it here in KH4. I also have to say, like, looking at Sora too, it's crazy. We've got an older Sora, which I'm thinking like, wow, how long has this dude been here for? Like, how long's he been here for? It looks like he's been here for a long time because he looks so much older. But the haircut is very Noctis, even though Yozora, I feel, is Tetsuya Nomura's Noctis. It also seems like some of that Noctis influence has been chucked over into Sora with his brand new haircut. He's definitely got more of a mature look going on, and because of the fact that he is now in a world based on reality, his outfit mirrors that as well. He's got more of a normal realism based looking outfit. Like, he's got normal-sized shoes on now. Like, what is going on, dude? Even though I say that there are strong similarities between Noctis and Sora now, I also have to mention that there are some uncanny similarities between Sora and Lan from World of Final Fantasy. Great Final Fantasy game, by the way. This is coming from a dude that doesn't like turn-based, and I really liked this one. But yeah, like, the hair is basically one-to-one. Even the outfit. This is when Nomura started to get into buttons. Put buttons on everything instead of belts. Hilarious. But yeah, it's kind of uncanny because, like, Lan is a world hopper just like Sora. Uncanny. Also, just a quick comment about the outfit. This artwork right here that appears at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind has been the Quadratum outfit this entire time. This was also the artwork that was used, I believe, for the Super Groupies merchandise promotion that was going on around the time of Kingdom Hearts 3. Tetsuya Nomura, of course, drew it, and this like whole time we didn't realize, my god, this is the Kingdom Hearts 4 attire. So likely the outfits that you guys see like Roxas and Axel and Riku and Kairi wearing, those outfits will probably be their Kingdom Hearts 4 outfits as well. We of course know that Riku is making his way to Quadratum, so he'll likely be wearing that outfit we see him wearing in this artwork. I'll talk more about the story-based stuff in my analysis. There's a lot to go over. Of course, it seems like Sora just sort of woke up in Quadratum in the trailer. He arises from the couch, it looks like he opens the door, and there's Strelitzia, and then she's giving him sort of an introduction to Quadratum. So even though Sora made his way to Quadratum to fight Yozora, as we know, he was sent back to the final world, so it's going to be interesting to try to figure out the timeline of events here. The last thing I want to talk about is the logo. This was a real surprise to see the logo. I always get really excited to see like a new Kingdom Hearts games logo. It's kind of a strange thing, but this in particular is very different to what we're usually used to. The Kingdom Hearts font is completely different, and I think this is sort of trying to encompass the fact of this is a brand new arc. But also, too, it's taking place in a different universe compared to the original Kingdom Hearts universe. So to encompass that factor, I think that's why the logo looks just so different. We've of course got the IV behind the text right here. So of course, yeah, the games are using the Roman numeral numbering system. However guys, that's all for this video. I am still absolutely just stunned. Kingdom Hearts 4, man. Kingdom Hearts 4? Like, these words are coming out of my mouth? You guys know the drill. I will be keeping you dudes informed on literally every single piece of goodness that comes our way for this game. Think of this as a brand new season of the news series. We now have news rolling in for KH4, and I am really looking forward to seeing exactly what this game is going to be all about. Hopefully you guys are having a damn good one. Of course you are. KH4, baby. I'm Cynical, and I'll catch you dudes next time. Peace.